I was a freshman, and I was 14 going on 15, I believe. And my mother tried to kill herself. And one night she just got so stressed out and she popped more sleeping pills than she should have. And I don't think she intentionally tried to kill herself, but I think that she would have been okay if that happened. And so we were a mess. I was just mad. I was really, really upset at my mom for trying to do that because my mom's a single mom. She's all that my sister and I have. And I've had to be an adult my whole life, basically, because I've always had to help out around the house because we didn't have an extra adult in the house. And so I had to look out for my sister, and I had to help my mom with whatever she needed. And so I was just very upset. And I was also coming out of a bad breakup. And I was a freshman in high school. And so it was just one thing on top of the other, and I was stressed, and I was at my breaking point. I was living with my grandparents for a couple weeks, and my counselor called me into the office, and he said, "Hey, I want you to check out this place called LHGH," which was what Soar was called at the time. And he was like, "It's over at Chapel Hill," and I've had history with Chapel Hill my whole life. I've always kind of been involved with groups here. And I was kind of wary at first because I was like, "Oh my God, they're going to preach to me," and I didn't want that because I didn't think I could handle that at that point in my life. And so I ended up going, and they just embraced me, and they wanted the best for me, and it immediately felt like a family. They don't judge, and they don't preach, and they just want you to be real and help you through your issues. And even when I got over those issues, I still came back because it became a second family, and I wanted to be here, and I wanted to help the kids that were coming in, and I wanted them to know my story, and so I just welcomed them in with open arms. The people here, they just kind of took that away from me. They eased my worries, and I felt like I could just get away from it all when I came here. I felt like I had to do it on my own, and I felt like it was kind of me against the world. And Soar came in and told me that it wasn't, and that there were people here to help me and be there for me and take that weight off my shoulders and help me work through what I was wrestling with on the inside. I've been a very strong person my whole life, and I've dealt with a lot, and I just put up my walls and my guards and try not to let anything penetrate me because I need to be strong for my sister. I needed to be strong for my mother. I needed to look out for my sister. And at the same time, I knew that I wanted to go to college and I wanted to do well in school. And so it was a lot I felt that I had on my shoulders, a lot of weight. And I wouldn't let anybody see that. I wouldn't let anybody see the weakness. And I felt like when I came here that I could let my guard down, let my walls down. SOAR helped me get there. I mean, I'm studying to be a social worker. My major is social work, and my end goal is to help and work with troubled youth and basically just give back to kids because I've been given so much. I know that SOAR made a big change in my life, and it was probably the only thing that got me on this path. Just don't give up. That's the biggest thing, is because there's been so many times in my life where where I wanted to give up and I thought that it wasn't worth it. And there's been so many times where I've had friends that have wanted to give up. My best friend almost killed herself one time. And but life is so much more. It has so much more to offer. And God has such a bigger plan for all of us. And we don't have to know what that plan is, but we have to keep going.